Trebol. Trebol, you know, Doflamingo became a pirate that like ran shit the way he does because Trebol saw the conqueror spirit within him at a young age, and he was like, "You are a conqueror spirit. You are a king. We'll bow our heads to you, and you will lead us to greatness. What do you have us do?" And he was like, "Okay, yeah, you know, come with me, and I got you this dough fruit, young master." And he gave him the string fruit. He filled him with those kind of powers. Since he saw he was a conqueror at like age 9, I think he was. He's like, "Hey, I'll drop my head to that, and now you can, rule over us, and tell us where to go and everything else." And that's what he did for years. And he was like, "Yeah." Um, Trebol was just there, and he became, one of the elite members. You know, because he was the one who found Doflamingo when he was a kid. Basically kind of like parented him, but like, let him like kind of like a guardian that like lets their, kid do whatever the fuck they want. That's who Trebol was, you know, helped crafted the heavenly demon into the guy he was. But, you know, not because he trained him or anything, but because he allowed him to, rule over people and gave him the mentality of, I am a king. I'm supposed to be, heeded to. You're supposed to drop your fucking head to me, you know. And it was all because these guys were feeding into it. Anybody who came up on Dofi when he was younger, he, gunned them down, took all their shit, killed their family, and kept that with Doflamingo. And then eventually, when he was fighting against Luffy, he became a shield for Doflamingo. Doflamingo was like, "You're kind of useless now, stay the fuck out of this fight." He's like, "No, Dofi, let's go," and all this extra stuff. But he uses the like sticky fruit, I believe. That's his devil fruit power. Strength for this guy though is an 81, speed 79, durability 80, 81 for his endurance, 84 for his intelligence, and experience is an 87, with the 80 for his close skills, and range skills are 80 as well. 80 for his recoup, and 82 for his hacks. So his overall power score is 81.4. And that's for Trebol, the general, or the one over, the clubs, commander of clubs, in the Don Quixote family, and one who found Doflamingo when he was younger and fed into his, ideas of, being a dark conqueror, essentially. Be cool, call in the corner.